how are you? It's Colleen and her handsome sidekick Albus. And this channel is called Rebel Stitcher, and it is about cross stitch. I'm not going to say what episode it is because last time I did and I was wrong. So whatever it says in the title, that's what episode it is. I don't want to screw it up again. I think this might be a decently long episode. I've got some a decent amount of content to go over with you guys this week. I have a finish. I have some whips. I don't have any haul. I have back for its second installment, Superhero Spotlight. Let's see. I've got some shop updates and some crazy life updates. So hopefully this episode can keep you company while you're stitching. Okay, crazy life updates. Last video, I had mentioned about the fender bender I had gotten into with the woman whose sanity is questionable, and how, you know, she is suing me and wants to go on the Judge Mathis show. Well, yesterday I got a phone call and I didn't recognize the number, and it said Connecticut, I think it was. So I didn't answer it, and I checked my voicemail. It was a call from the producers of the People's Court, asking if I would like to have my case heard on People's Court. So, you know, People's Court does not have Judge Wapner and Rusty the Bailiff anymore. So that's a hard no from me. But, you know, this crazy saga just keeps going on, and I cannot wait until it's over. Okay, so I have my notes over here. So you can't see this because I strategically film, but I moved my needle minder shop out of this space. My wife, Nicole, had kind of lamented that I had taken over the office and she had no space to work. So I moved my operations into another room. So I feel like I don't have quite as much stitching to show as normal, between trying to get my workspace organized, and the weather here has just been perfect gardening weather, where it's sunny but it's not too hot, it's warm, I mean it's not cold, it's like, you know, high 60s sort of a thing. So I've been spending a lot of time working in the yard and organizing my little online needle minder shop. So please forgive me if I don't have a ton of stitching to show you, but it's quality, not quantity. Okay, so my finish is a pattern by Clouds Factory, and it is called I Cross Stitch So I Don't Kill People. This is obviously blood splatter fabric by Jody, the fabric wizard, and she's not dying. Bobby at Pumpkin Creek Primitives, if you watch her, she said her husband was like half listening to FlossTube, and he's like, y'all have a wizard now and he's dying? Like, because I had called Jody the dying wizard, and he thought I meant die like, not die like dye fabric. So anyway, this is by Clouds Factory. I had to stop. I got really close to a finish on this, and I had to stop because I ran out. The purple floss is a silk that I had gotten in my Halloween box from Be Stitch Me called Witchcraft, I think it was, and I got to like this corner and ran out. So I got some more silk from Brandy and finished this up this week. It's on 14 count. Coffee dyed blood spatter, and so I use 3 strands because I'm a coverage nut, but I think this is really fun. And in true Colleen fashion, I have all this room over here and I'm right up to the edge here, so it just wouldn't be a, you know, a Colleen piece if I didn't screw up the spacing somehow. But it all worked out, so that's okay. I love it. I want to get it finished and hang it up on my wall back there. But yeah, I cross stitch so I don't kill people. And the rest is all just DMC. Well, the black is anchor black, but the gray and the knives and the blood is DMC. So that's my finish for the week, and I love it. And it's a very true statement. Okay, so whips. The next whip is Viva la Frida, and this is from the Snowflower, why can I never remember, the Snowflower Diaries. And this is as far as I have gotten. This fabric is 18 count. Bestitch Me, what is it called? Winter Blues. It was a Fabric of the Month Club. So, and it's at my own color conversion. So this is Frida's hair, to give you a reference point. I got into some hair. I'm working on filling in the butterfly up here right now. And, but I think this is really fun. It's super colorful. And I'm just plugging along on this. I enjoy it. So this is 2 threads, 18 count, and my own color conversion, because the called for was some weird thing you can't readily get. My next whip, this is a stitch along I'm doing. It's called hashtag Halloween Royalty is the name for the stitch along. A couple people have been following along. Bobby, I mentioned before, from Pumpkin Creek Primitives, is doing it. My friend FlossTube Susie is doing it. And a couple others I'd noticed are posting their progress, so that's fun. But I'll show you how far I have gotten on this one. Okay, this is on 18 count Stinkhorn from Fortnite Fabrics. I finished the Dopey Prince in his chair, and I moved on to the Queen. I swapped out the, they call for that, it's like the blackish brown that like a lot of prairie schoolers use. I can't remember the number. But I swapped this out with, what is it? Storm Clouds by General Arts. And I ran out. So I went to Keepsakes to pick some up. They're out. They're waiting for their order to come in. So I'm going to have to put this whip aside because that dress on that Queen is a beast. Oh my God. Peekaboo. Peekaboo. So this is going to have to get put aside until that thread comes in. But that's okay because I will work on Frida and my Halloween Quakers. So that's what I've been stitching on this week. My hair's all wet because I just got out of the shower. In case any of you have smell-o-vision, I figured I should clean up. Okay, I'm just looking at my notes. Okay, so now we're going to move on to Superhero Spotlight. I'm going to pause this so I can insert a picture of the topic of Superhero Spotlight this week. Okay, Superhero Spotlight, I have my notes, so I have to refer to them because I want to get all the details right, is Carol Horn. In 2006, a black police officer was fired for intervening when a white officer employed a chokehold on a handcuffed suspect who said he couldn't breathe. The white officer then punched and assaulted Horn for stepping in. Following investigations of the matter, Horn was fired 1 year before her 20th year on the force. This disqualified her from receiving pension or benefits. That same white officer was promoted that year. Carol tried and failed several times to get the Buffalo police to reverse the ruling on her expulsion. That was, 15 years ago? Until now, a state court judge vacated earlier ruling, essentially rewriting the end of her police career, granting her back pay, benefits, and a pension that she was previously denied. So this amazing officer stood up to when she saw something going wrong, which the other officers, I would say in the Derek Chauvin case, should have done, and was penalized for it. She had 5 kids and like kind of worked odd jobs and became an activist. There is now a law in Buffalo called the Carroll's Law, which requires cops to intervene when they see something like that happening, of a fellow officer kind of getting out of control. Oh, and in case you're wondering what happened to that white officer, I don't want to say his name. He's like a Voldemort to me. In case you're wondering what happened to that, the other officer, he resigned in 2011 while facing an investigation. And in 2012, he was indicted on federal civil rights charges stemming from the arrest of 4 black teenagers. He pleaded guilty and served 4 months in jail. So I would say Carol Horn is a superhero of epic proportions, and I wish there were more police officers like her. And hopefully the laws in Buffalo will help inform a lot of other cities to create similar legislation. And I know she wasn't completely made whole, but at least she got something that was coming to her. And yay, Carol Horn. She is our superhero of the week. Okie doke. Let's see. Our last bit of topic is shop updates. So if you guys aren't interested in that, you can go. You're dismissed. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see. You guys have, okay, shop updates. I should say what it is. Rebel Stitcher Designs. I have a page on Instagram and a Facebook group where I post needle minders, and people just claim them, leave me their PayPal, and I send invoices. I don't have a website. I have not been able to figure that out yet. I'm not very technologically savvy. I'm hoping someday I can get that up and running, but for now the Instagram and Facebook seems to be working. Let's see, when I ship my orders out, I typically include like a sticker or two, just as a little thank you freebie, as my wife from New Orleans would say, as lanyap. And I was getting a lot of requests that people really, really liked the stickers and could they purchase them. And the inventory of trying to say, I mean, because I get huge like assortments of them, so if you wanted this specific sticker, to try to keep track of it, it was just seemed like a logistical nightmare. So what I did was I created themed grab bags of stickers. And hold on a second. Sorry, my wife is working from home today, and she came out into the room next to where I'm filming, and I just can't do this with people in earshot, or I just get too shy. So anyway, stickers. So I decided I would make themed grab bags where you would get 10 stickers of a certain theme, and shipped to you in the United States is $5, Canada is $6. And so I figured I've posted them on the group pages. In case you're wondering what the sticker thing is all about, that's why I started doing it, because I was getting a lot of requests and people really seem to love them. So there's all kinds of different themes you can follow along. I've got Bigfoot. I mean, and every bag has like a different variety. They're, you know, not necessarily going to be these science themed. The science ones are really popular. Schitt's Creek, that's super popular. I'm just showing you a couple. I love the Schitt's Creek. It's Moira's wig. You're my baby. There's dogs. There's assorted animals, there's books, there's sloths, there's pigs, there's flowers, butterflies. So if you're looking for stickers to add to your like fancy lady stitching journal or onto your box of floss or whatever, water bottle, we have a nice variety. Oh, look at that orangutan. Baby hippos. So I think we have like the royal we. I think I have assorted animals, and then I also have dogs, and I have cats. Oh, I have marine life. So for all those beachy folks or people wishing they could go to the beach. But I think that's it. Shop updates. Oh, exciting for me, a sampler guild has reached out to me and asked me to design a needle minder for their guild, and we are in the final approval production phase, and I really appreciate them trusting me to do that for them. So if anybody else has a group or stitchy friends or whatever that want some needle minders made, I am happy to help you with the design and manufacturing of them. There are quantity, they seem to be a pretty big guild, so it's okay, but you know, I can't do it for like one or two. There's our quantity you know, thresholds you have to meet. But so that's super fun, and I'm so excited that somebody is enjoying my work enough to ask me to do that for them. And I am working on my fucking avocados minder. I'm still tweaking it. I'm not quite happy with it yet, but I'd say we should have a finalized design soon. I'm working with the manufacturers on that, and I think that's it. This weekend, Walker and I are traveling up to the hotbed of Michigan, the COVID hotbed. His regionals for gymnastics are happening, and that's the meet where if you do well enough and you place high enough, you could go to nationals. So he had to get a COVID test to be able to compete. Thankfully, he's negative. So just he and I are going to go up there. Nicole's going to stay home with Etta. The least amount of people we can expose to that, they are just having a tough time up there. So the least amount of people we can expose to that risk, the better. I bought all kinds of, stocked up on more, what is it? What's the word? You know what I mean? Oh, what is it? You put it all on your hands. Oh, this is when the stroke comes through. The clean your hand sanitizer. Woo, sorry about that. I bought a whole bunch of hand sanitizer. I figure we'll like bathe in it when we get there, and we're gonna go to the hotel. We're gonna go to the meet, and we will get takeout and eat it in the room. So they will try to minimize our risk as much as possible. But the highlight of that is my friend Suze, aka FlossTube, lives about an hour from where the meet is, so I'm gonna get to meet her in person, and her handsome Frenchy boy I'm gonna get to snuggle with. So I'm looking forward to that. So if you guys are so inclined, cross your fingers and toes on Sunday morning when Walker is competing, and send some good mojo his way. And Albie, come here. Come here. I know. Say goodbye to the peoples. Bye, peoples. Thank you. See you next week.